Hey, this is Walter Jones.
This is Austin St. John.
And you're listening to
Ranger Danger.
In the podcasting life, they must fight to survive. Shackled by the chains of the past. They're the biggest of geeks, cause they watch every week. Subscribe to see if they can last. Go, go, Ranger Danger. We can't ever stop. Go, go, Ranger Danger. Podcast till we drop, probably forever. Yeah, whatever. Ranger Danger, Ranger Danger, Ranger Danger, Ranger Danger, Ranger Danger Dino Charge.
Welcome once again to Ranger Danger Dino Charge. This is the podcast where we're leaving together, but still it's farewell. And maybe we'll come back to Earth. Who can tell?
That's a good question.
Yes. Who can tell?
Who can tell?
Nobody knows.
The band Europe probably could tell.
Yeah, because it's the final countdown.
Doodaloo-doo.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
We could just do a podcast about the final... I love the final countdown, unironically.
Yes, but also why? Like, I do too. But I don't know why. It's not like it's a potent song.
Yeah, I feel like it's just... It always feels like... you're doing something cool when you're listening to the final countdown.
Absolutely.
It's like, if you had to pick one song that was like, what did the 80s sound like?
Yep.
They sounded like the final countdown.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You know, all the lyrics are absolutely nonsense. They're heading for Venus, but still they stand tall because lots of people are quite ashamed of heading to Venus, I guess.
Or the closer you get to Venus, the shorter you get, generally. But these people are the exception to that.
Yes, okay. This is not that podcast. As much as this could be that podcast, this is not that podcast.
Maybe that's why it's the final countdown. Because once you get to Venus, you're so small that you no longer exist.
No. You don't get to go like, wow, I've just revealed something.
I have though. I just cracked the code.
This is a podcast where we watch Power Rangers Dino Charge and then we talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's the last one.
Yeah, it's being the final countdown. My name's Matt.
Michael, hey guys.
And yeah, we're going to do that. This is episode number 20 of Power Rangers Dino Charge, entitled One Last Energem.
Yep. And
it's episode 807 of Power Rangers overall. This is exciting.
It is exciting.
We're headed to the finish.
It's been a long time since I was excited in this way about an episode of Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I think I'm going to love it.
I mean, I'm excited about an episode upcoming on Mighty Morphin because it's got Ninja in it.
Sure, okay, that's fine. But I think that's a different sort of... That's like, you're excited because you know what's going to happen.
Yes.
I have no idea what's going to happen here.
That's true.
Other than it probably won't have Ninja in it.
If it did, though, I'd be pretty happy.
I mean, that's true, but I think it's probably too late for it to have Ninja.
Yeah.
So we should mention,
yes,
in case you haven't seen the post on our Facebook page, if you don't follow us on Facebook, and why don't you? You should do that. We lost last week's episode.
Yeah.
I mean, I say we. I lost last week's episode.
Well...
Actually, lost isn't even the right word. It didn't record at all.
Yeah.
There was no way to find it.
As a podcast episode, it never existed.
Yes. Which is a shame, because it was a pretty great one.
Yeah, we had a great hour-long conversation.
Yeah.
Just as people.
Yeah, I mean, that, you know, that's actually weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the Dino Charge Christmas episode, Race to Rescue Christmas.
Yep.
And that's gone now. So we might do something with that later. Or...
We haven't really decided how to handle it because I can't imagine us re-recording the episode and not sounding like we're faking it.
No, I mean, I've got all my notes, but I'm still going to be talking about something that I've seen twice.
And you've already talked about.
Yeah.
It'll be weird.
So we might get someone else to look at it, or we might just leave it until some point in the future. I don't know what we're going to do with that yet. The
Fantasy Zordon points to that episode still count, though.
They do.
Yeah.
And we should mention... Actually, I'll mention it now. We're going to score Fantasy Zordon this week, but we're not going to read out the points this week.
Yep.
Next week, so next Wednesday, will be our Dino Charge wrap-up Fantasy Zordon Awards ceremony.
Yeah.
So one of us... I might even not put the points into the spreadsheet so we don't know who wins.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'll know eventually, though, so...
I mean, we'll both know next week.
Right. That's true. Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So the final episode of Dino Charge,
Yeah.
Michael. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think we lose Sledge? Do you think we keep Sledge?
I honestly could go either way.
Okay.
I feel like I wouldn't be
Are you
surprised.
sledging your bets?
Okay, we're cancelling the podcast. I can't work with you anymore. No, I feel like we could lose Sledge temporarily.
Yep.
But I wouldn't be shocked if he comes back for the end of Dino Supercharge.
Got it. Okay.
The episode is called either One More or One Last Energem. One
Yep.
Last. It's changed names like across the season since we learned what it was called.
Right, that's interesting.
So there's 2 Energems out there in the world still.
Yep.
The Silver and the Aqua.
Yes.
So, but there's also one Energem that the Rangers don't have that the bad guys have.
Yes.
So I don't know if we're going to see a whole new Energem introduced this week, or if they're just going to get like that one last Energem before the end of the season, and then we close with 2 missing Rangers.
It's interesting, isn't it? If it is One Last Energem, it's only metafictionally that title actually makes sense.
Yes.
Because there's 2 more Energems to come. It would just be One Last Energem
Before
in
the end of the
parentheses.
season.
Exactly, in this season.
Yeah, so I don't know.
No, it's a great mystery.
The Rangers promised that they were going to take the fight to space.
Yes.
Which
Yes.
I definitely hope that that's a thing that they do and not a thing that the episode cops out on.
I mean, kind of by definition, that would make it a Star Wars, right?
Yes.
Yay!
That comes out tomorrow when you guys are listening to this. And I think Matt and I are as excited as is humanly possible.
Yep.
Yeah. It's
Star Wars!
Yeah. We might just turn this into a Star Wars podcast next week.
Yeah, we'll just watch A Force Awakens every week, basically.
Yeah. We haven't seen it yet, but
Yeah, it could be terrible.
I feel like we're going to get 2 views out of it no matter what.
Yes.
I
I want to definitely see it in IMAX, which I know you won't do.
No, because it's terrible.
No, false.
One of the I think if they don't take the fight to space, the thing that I would accept is bringing the fight to the Dinosaur Museum.
Okay.
Like, if they go, right, it's time to take the fight to space, and then the doors open and Sledge is there.
That would be pretty great.
Like, that would be...
Surprise!
That would be, like, an acceptable thing that they could do.
Yep.
But there's no reason for the show not to go to space.
No.
It's not like those are Japanese sets that they'd have to rebuild or anything. They're existing American sets, so...
Yeah. And Power Rangers traditionally have had great success going to space.
Yep. Yeah, these will be Power Rangers in space.
If they do go to space.
Which I think we all know are the best Power Rangers.
I'm not sure about that.
Aren't you?
I understand that's your position.
Yeah. They're some of the best Power Rangers. Would you take that?
Certainly, absolutely.
Is there anything else you want to see in this episode?
I kind of want Shelby and Tyler to just get together.
Right, yep.
Just so that can be done.
Yep.
I would like to see Riley kiss a dude.
Okay.
Probably not going to happen.
Is that about the episode, or is that just your kind of personal fantasy?
No, more just because I want Riley to have his moment.
Right, sure, yep.
Speaking of Riley having his moments, I'd also like Riley to cut a dude's head off.
I definitely like him to sword duel someone.
Yes, definitely.
There's enough Power Rangers and recurring bad guys that they could just take one each.
Yes.
And I would be, down for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I just want a shocking conclusion.
I want a season finale.
Yes.
Yeah. Even actually, I'll be happy if I'm not shocked.
Yep.
As long as, everything wraps up and resolves properly.
Yeah, because, we've been watching Mighty Morphin, and in that show thus far...
No season finale.
We don't have season finales. It's not a thing.
We just have episodes that are at the end of seasons.
Yes. So, I want a season finale. That's
Yep.
what I want. Shall we go see if that's what we get?
Yeah, I guess we're going to go do that.
All right. Listeners, if you want to watch the episode before you hear us talk about it, pause the podcast right now, go and do that. Otherwise, we'll be back in just a moment.
Ranger Danger, Ranger Danger.
And we're done.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's the end of Power Rangers Dino Charge.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, there'll be Power Rangers Super Dino Charge or Dino Super Charge or whatever, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
What did you think?
Wasn't quite there.
It's weird because there was everything on paper that I wanted to
Yeah.
be, but it just
Just
none
not-
of it quite hit the right notes.
I think the problem is it was still very good.
Yes.
I don't want to short sell it by making it sound like it was bad.
No, definitely
It just wasn't perfect.
Yes. Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Like, I feel like part of the problem is 22 minutes. That's like, it's nothing. It really is nothing.
And it's weird that they didn't just do a 2-part finale, right? Like,
Yeah. We
all
could have
the-
lost any episode we've seen.
yeah. They've put in so much groundwork into the ongoing story. I feel like it merited it,
Yeah.
but instead they just have to blaze through stuff.
And boy, did they.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was stuff there that could have gone for at least 2 episodes.
Yes, absolutely.
There's even a really obvious, like, middle cliffhanger.
Yes.
Okay, will we take it from the top?
Yep.
Okay, we're in space.
Yep.
Apparently, everyone in space has seen Breaking Bad because the Vivics are all dressed in yellow hazmat suits.
And they're cooking meth.
Yeah, well, they've definitely got bottles of acid
Yep.
for an unexplained reason.
Yeah, I was curious if you figured out why they were making acid.
It's so that they can use acid 20 minutes from now.
No, that makes sense. It's just...
Yeah, there's no in-story reason for them to have acid. And there's no thing that they do that should require acid.
No. It was so strange to me that it wasn't just one line. It's like, oh, we're going to use this acid to build the dinosaur museum or whatever.
Yeah. The skull and crossbones on all the acid bottles
Yeah.
has Sledge's face instead
Yes.
of a skull.
That's a nice touch.
It would have been so easy for that to just be a skull. It's just a nice little... I don't think that's the thing that separates Dino Charge from the shitty episodes we've seen. Is it's just all those little touches.
Yes, absolutely.
So Poisandra has got all of her bags packed.
Yep.
And she's moving out.
She's sick of Sledge's shit and she's going to hit the road.
Yeah, Wrench has been... not Wrench, sorry. Sledge has been telling her, he said, I'll get the Energems, then we can get married. And it's been, I guess, at least 6 months in universe.
Yep.
And he's only just gotten one. And is progressing from that one to now how do I get the rest of them?
Yes.
So, clearly never going to get married. Time to just pack up and find a new immortal evil being to get married to.
It's weird though because as much as he's not a whole lot closer than he was before, he's a lot closer than he has been ever.
He has one.
Yeah. And the fact that she's leaving now when he has one, not last week when he didn't have any,
Yes.
is weird to me.
And he says to her, look, you can't leave. I've got an Energem.
Yes.
How about I'll get one more and then we can get married?
Yep.
And it's very much played as like he's proposing. This is the official like, okay, one more, then it's fine.
Yep.
2 Energems is enough.
Yes.
And that's basically it. Cut to opening credits. At this point, I wrote down, man, what if they kill Keeper?
Yeah.
Because, like, no one else is really expendable. They're all Power Rangers.
Yes.
But Keeper could have died.
Yes, absolutely.
I was surprised that the episode came surprisingly close to killing Keeper.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they really, pushed that up to the line.
Yeah.
Didn't quite follow through, but...
So, in the Dino base,
Yes.
there's a little blue, like, car remote control robot with a grabby arm. And it's called GetBot.
Yeah.
And its job is to find and collect Energems.
It's a bot which his job is to get.
I kind of love it.
Yeah. I love the elegant simplicity of the name.
Yeah. What are we going to call it? Well, we had the Energem tracker before, and that tracked Energems. This is a bot that gets. So I think we're going to call it the Energem Finder 6000. So their plan now is, instead of everyone going up to the ship, which is actually incredibly dangerous,
Yes.
they can just send this robot up, it'll grab it, and then I guess come back to Earth somehow.
Yeah, I was curious about the return policy.
They haven't quite figured that part out.
Yeah.
And then, they don't have to risk everyone going to space. Good, sensible thinking.
Yes. But they're going to have to lure Sledge to Earth first, basically.
Yes, and they're going to have to use everything they've got,
Yep.
including Prince Philip.
Yay, he's back!
Not expecting to see him this week.
I was.
Yeah?
I was like, it would be a huge cop-out if they didn't call him in for this.
I guess my opinion was like, oh, it's great that he's back, if they hadn't got him back, I wouldn't have been shocked. And it was like, it's just nice to see that guy again.
Yeah, I was just hoping it would be a moment.
Yeah,
And
where
like-
he like comes back and saves the day.
Yes, because it kind of is, because, you know, Miss Morgan says we need to fight Sledge with everything we've got, including the Graphite Ranger. Doors open and there he is.
Yeah.
But that's not as cool as in the middle of the fight, him being like, hey, I think you've forgotten there's actually 7 Rangers.
Someone else gets that moment in this episode, and
Yes.
we'll talk about that in a second.
Yes.
So, luckily, exactly at that moment, they get an alert that there's some transport pods entering space.
Yep.
So there's like 5 of them or 6 of them or something. So they just go to where they are, and they're all already morphed. Kendall's with them.
Yep. No morphing calls in this episode at all.
Not any at all. I would have liked one.
Yes.
So the plan is Ivan and Kendall will go to the pod and get the GoBot in. The
Yep, they'll
GetBot in.
circle around.
Yep.
Yep.
Everyone else distract the Vivics that are down there. And then Sledge jetpacks down.
Yeah.
Like I said, him coming to them, that's an adequate compromise.
And he actually says, surprise!
Yeah, he
like I
does.
wanted him to.
He's
so-
great. The only thing missing is his Christmas hat from last week.
Yeah, yeah.
Fury's also there. Fury's in a lot of the scenes in this episode.
It does nothing.
And does nothing.
Absolutely nothing. He's just sort of in the background.
Yeah. He's just, at this point, he might as well be a spike balls.
Yes.
He's just, yeah. So Sledge has got his purple Energem gun.
Yep.
And he just freezes all the Rangers.
Yeah, pretty cool.
That's an incredibly dangerous power.
Yeah.
So he's all like, yep, this is great. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
He says that his plan is to just take the red Energem.
Yep. And presumably all of them, but he's starting with the red one.
Yep.
And so he walks up and he's about to do that.
Yep.
And then I think he's about to shoot one of them. He's pointing his gun at Tyler.
Yep.
And then a laser beam comes from, like, off screen.
Yep.
Now, we knew Ivan was safe.
Yes.
So I assumed that this was Ivan entering the fray.
Yes.
It's motherfucking Keeper.
Yeah.
Justifying 20 episodes of bullshit nearly.
Almost.
Not quite.
Almost.
He gets, like, 2 minutes of fighting with Sledge.
Yeah, he goes all Yoda.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I look like an old feeble guy, but I like to do flips.
Which is good because in the first episode we saw him do that.
Yes.
And he hasn't done any of that since.
Yep.
And it's just good to see that he's like still got that.
Yes.
This very much felt like an episode where they watched the first episode and were like, okay, what do we tie back? What do we wrap up?
Absolutely.
So then unfortunately Keeper kind of goes down pretty quickly.
Yeah, and his staff gets snapped.
It just gets knocked away from him.
Oh, right.
But we learn that he's apparently powerless without it.
Yeah.
Which is a shame. So a bunch of Vivics grab him and they're like, right, take him back to the ship, make him suffer.
Yeah, whoa.
And then Sledge takes Tyler's Energem.
Yeah. And, like, does it by basically just reaching into him and pulling it out?
I think, and I'm not sure, he normally wears it on a chain around his neck. I feel like he's like grabbing it off the chain that doesn't exist somehow.
Right.
It's unclear how he, like, because they don't have the Energem actually on them.
Yeah. It's not like it's on their belt like the Money
No,
Rangers.
but yeah, so like that's a big deal.
Yeah.
Not only in the point of view where like he has 2 of them, but someone took it and he doesn't have. Tyler doesn't have it.
Yep.
It's like some shit's going down.
Yeah.
So all the kind of monsters start to leave. Sledge is still there,
Yep.
but he's like, right, we got Keeper. I've got an Energem. You guys go back. I'll take care of this.
I got this.
So Kendall sees that Keeper's being taken.
Yep.
And that's a problem because
Yes.
for some reason she likes Keeper.
Maybe she saw him do this martial arts stuff and she's like, oh shit, he's actually useful. You need to hold on to that.
So when she sees a Vivix coming towards her,
Yes.
she just karate chops it in the gut.
Yep.
Jumps into its pod.
Yep.
And just like they take off with her in it.
Fuck yeah, Kendall.
There's now a Vivix left on Earth that just no one is aware of.
No, he's going to go to live in the suburbs.
Yeah. Oh man, imagine like a Vivix in a suit. And he's like,
Yeah.
just go driving to his office job. He
Yeah.
gets to his office job. They're like, "What's going on?" He's like, "This was a good moment."
Yeah, absolutely it was.
Yeah, just some good stuff. So Sledge now goes for Coda. He's like, right, well, if they're all frozen, I'm just going to grab all of the Energems.
Yeah.
And he's about to do it when another heroic step up.
Yep.
Tyler's grabbed Keeper's staff and kind of just doesn't fight him off, but fights him back enough.
Yeah, because now that he's been demorphed, that process sort of took the freezingness out of him.
Yeah.
So he can move again.
I'm fine enough with that.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah. And then Ivan shows up with the Terrazord, and they all kind of like jump teleport into it.
Yep.
And escape.
Yes. Substantially worse off than they went into it.
Yep.
Because now they've lost another Energem, and Keeper is being held hostage, and Kendall's on her way to space alone and is not a Power Ranger.
Yeah, this is, I think, almost the point at which you'd cut the second part if it was a two-parter.
Yeah.
Although maybe you do the second bit because now Greenzilla has arrived. And Greenzilla is Sledge's most powerful monster, apparently. Now, this monster is a monster from, obviously, the Kyroja.
Yeah.
This is the monster I thought Sledge was going to turn into.
Right.
Because it's got, like, metal armor plates.
Yep.
It looks kind of like a Vivisaur.
It does.
It's got like green bursting through the metal plates.
Yep.
I thought like thematically that's the right kind of monster that Sledge could be.
Yes.
It's just a separate monster called Greenzilla, which is a terrible name.
It is a terrible name, and it doesn't feel like a particularly scary monster.
No, I mean, they all go on about how big it is,
Yeah.
but it's the same size as the Megazord, which is the same size as every monster.
Yeah.
Unless it's naturally this big, and the Magna Beam would make it
Oh god, that's a scary
enormous.
thought, right?
But, yeah, it's just... this doesn't quite work.
No.
Like, we do see it fight the Megazord, and it does feel strong.
Yes.
But there's not enough of a build-up of that monster.
It really just feels like another monster.
Yeah.
You know? When this really should be the Megazord versus Sledge, basically.
Yeah, more or less. So, the Rangers decide to split up. Tyler will go to space with Shelby in the Plesiozord. They'll rescue Keeper and Kendall. Everyone else, that's enough people to pilot the Megazord. It's plenty. It's still 5.
Yeah, they're all good.
So they'll like hold off Greenzilla. If they can take him out, great. If they can just hold him off for now, sure, fine.
Yep.
The Plesiozord has an underwater space hangar.
Yeah, somewhere. Love to know where that is.
I mean, New Zealand, maybe.
I guess.
But that's kind of cool.
It's cool, but also raises so many questions.
Yeah, I mean, we have seen, though, like, all the Zords have secret
Yeah,
layers.
but they're like natural places that
Yep.
require massive infrastructure.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, that is a problem. So back in space,
Yes.
Kendall's pod, like, docks with the ship.
Yeah, it's cool to see how those work, actually.
Yeah.
We've kind of seen them before, but this one, it like slides in from the roof so the nose is pointing down and then opens up and you sort of step out of it.
Yeah.
Which makes a lot of sense,
Yeah.
actually. Like, if you had little ships whose only job was to transport people, of course they'd land
It should be
flat
like
on Earth.
elevators, yeah.
Yeah, they'll land flat on Earth, you lie down in it, and then once you get to the ship, you just walk out. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's space, there's no up and down.
So GetBot was in that pod. She
Yep.
put GetBot in. I love GetBot. It's such a dumb little thing.
Yeah.
And it's just...
And the name just sounds nice to say.
Yeah, GetBot. So Kendall kind of gets out, looks around for a bit, and the door to the brig opens. She's right next to the brig, which is full of terrifying monsters, so it's probably for the best that she doesn't go through there.
Yes.
Luckily, there's some yellow hazmat suits still on the wall, so she grabs one of those and gets into it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about the luckiest thing she could have done.
Yes. She's very lucky that they were making hugely corrosive poison for no reason.
Or meth.
Or meth.
So,
Meth doesn't eat through the floor when you throw it on the ground.
no, I assume the acid is a component in the making of meth.
I see. You're right.
So Wrench shows up.
Yep.
And he's all like, yep, great, that purple gun worked. Now we've got another one, so I guess I'll have to do some of that.
Yeah.
And he puts the purple Energem into a box and says, right, keep this safe. Go put it in the, like, storage vault. And gives it to Kendall, who he assumes is a Vivix.
Yes.
And she really quickly just opens it, puts it in her pocket,
Yep.
and passes it off to a different Vivix.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
And then Sledge shows up. And I think this was really effective at making Kendall feel in danger.
Yes.
Like, she's standing in a room with two of these horrible monsters and doesn't have any particular powers or fighting ability.
Yeah, she's in trouble.
So Wrench has got the Sledge has got the red Energem now, and he's going to give it to Wrench. And the idea is that with the red Energem, they'll just plug it into the Magna Beam, and instead of making monsters grow, it'll just become a hugely destructive laser cannon.
Yeah. I love that idea, like, using the Magna Beam for that.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Because they've got a laser beam that shoots at Earth.
Yeah, and just make it shoot stuff.
Yeah.
Not make it big.
And so he says, okay, so now that I've got these two, and now that I've got one that I can use to make a giant Megazord-destroying laser cannon, getting the last 6 Energems, shit easy.
Yep.
Don't even bother talking about it. Poisandra's right behind him. And she's like, right, okay, so remember that thing where you said one more, and now you're talking about getting the last 6? Fuck it, I'm out.
Yep.
And he kind of chases after her. I kind of buy that interaction.
Yes.
Like, they're monsters, but they do act realistically and consistently.
Yep.
It's nice.
Yeah, and like I also buy that Sledge potentially wants to marry Poisandra.
Yes.
But also just can't give up trying to get an
I mean, especially, he's on a roll. Like, he got nothing for 18 weeks, and now basically 3 days in a row or something, he's got, like, a new Energem.
Oh, yeah. He's like a problem gambler who had, like, 6 months of terrible luck.
He's on a streak now.
Wins big 3 times in a row, and then his girlfriend's like, stop now. Just stop.
Yep.
And he's like, no, on a streak, clearly.
Do you remember why he wants the Energems?
Because they're powerful.
Is that it? Like, there's not an actual reward or anything for him. He just wants the power that the Energems give?
I think so.
Okay. Because 2 seem to make stuff very powerful.
Yes.
I guess having 8 would be, like, disastrous for
Everybody.
the universe.
Yes.
Alright, that's fine. So, back on Earth, it's the pink-blue Megazord formation.
Yep.
It fights against Greenzilla for a bit. Greenzilla's got, like, tentacles that shoot out. It's in a bit of trouble, but it's okay for now.
Yep.
So, Tyler and Shelby going to space, they say, let's hope they don't see us. This is a giant spaceship. It's not a small spaceship. It turns into a Megazord, is how big it is.
Yes.
And, I mean, luckily, the thing we see immediately following is alarms going off everywhere saying, hey, there's a spaceship docking on top of you.
Yeah.
Because if they hadn't noticed, it would have been ridiculous.
Although I kind of buy it being such a junky spaceship that doesn't have, like, sensors and stuff.
Sure.
You, like, if you're not looking out the window. But no, they do notice an alarms go off.
Yes. So Kendall sees the alarm first.
Yep.
And she's like, shit, stabs it with a fork, basically. A space fork.
Space fork.
And Wrench is all like, hold on, why are you destroying that thing? And he pulls off a hat. And it's Kendall. Surprise. So
I love that, like, reaction of Red. She's like, he seemed to take a moment to try and figure out if a Vivix would just do that because it's dumb.
yeah, because they've done some dumb shit.
Yeah. And then he pulls off the hood and he's like, that makes more sense.
It does, yeah, okay, I'm across that now.
Yeah.
So some Vivix grab her, and they're going to throw her in the trash chute.
Yes. Which sounds not too bad if you've seen Star Wars. It turns out it's actually an incinerator.
It's just a fire.
Yeah.
It's not even really a chute. It
No.
looks like the fire is immediately present at the opening.
Yes.
Alright, back on Earth, the Rangers are like, right, let's wrap this up. And then Greenzilla, like, takes him out. He knocks him down. That's a problem.
Yeah.
They feel like they're struggling.
Yeah, but it also feels like they just fell over. It doesn't
Sure.
seem like they're in huge danger.
Yeah, that's fair. So, Kendall's about to go into the incinerator, which is just a big open fire. And then Keeper shows up. Basically, if they're going to throw people into the incinerator, why not throw them both into the incinerator at the same time?
Yeah, it's just efficient.
Yeah.
You don't want to have that thing running all the time. It probably uses a lot of power.
Yeah, I mean, you got to have a fire in space. God knows how that works. You can't have a chimney.
Nope.
That's a lot of... In fact, an incinerator in space is a big hassle.
Yeah. They should probably just shoot prisoners.
Like,
Although, what do you do with your rubbish? I get why you'd want an incinerator.
yeah. Although when they said they were going to make keepers suffer... I mean, don't get me wrong. Being thrown into an incinerator,
Yes.
not fun.
No. But probably not prolonged.
I was imagining, like, several months of horrible torture.
Yeah.
At least a couple of hours before they're like, right, just shoot him in the head.
Yeah.
Luckily, Kendall's grabbed some acid.
Yep.
And she acids the floor open in front of them.
Yep.
And they just jump downstairs.
Yes.
Into 2 spike balls.
Yep.
Playing 3D chess.
Yeah! 3D chess is back.
I really like this.
It's a nice little detail, isn't it?
I like the idea that those guards have time off.
Yep.
And that they're just playing chess.
Yep.
I like that the 3D chess is a prop that we've seen before and a thing that exists in the world. It's nice.
It is nice.
So, Kendall kind of tries to kung fu them off, but they're much stronger than like a Vivix.
Yep.
And so she gets knocked into the wall, and then something starts to happen.
Dun dun dun.
And I mean, let's be honest, we're not surprised.
No. It's weird because this isn't quite the moment I thought that would cause this.
No.
I expected maybe they'll like throw Keeper in and then Kendall's like, no, throw me in first.
Sure.
Like does something more specifically heroic rather
Yeah.
than just being a cool action hero.
Yeah.
But I'll take it.
Yeah. So Kendall's a Power Ranger now.
Yay!
She's the Purple Ranger.
I'm so excited.
You're excited? Yeah. Yeah. This is going to be close.
Well, both for Fantasy Zordon reasons and because I like Kendall.
Yes, I agree. Yeah. This is... I mean, yeah, it's not surprising, I don't think.
Yep.
But it's fitting and appropriate.
Yeah. I was bummed she didn't get a morphing collar though.
Yeah.
Again, both for Fantasy Zordon reasons and because I just wanted to see it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you'd fit that into the episode. Because it's established that they morph immediately once they get the Energem.
Yeah, but I feel like you could fudge that. If she got it and she started glowing, she knows the deal. She could be like, all right, let's do it.
That's true, actually, because there was... Some people get their Energem and then they get a fossil gun that cracks and turns into a real gun and then they get to morph.
Exactly.
Yeah, they could have... Yeah.
They could have done it.
It would have been nice.
It's just it would have taken 30 seconds that they just did not have in this episode.
Yeah. So now she's got a sword
Yep.
and she just fucks shit up.
She sure does.
And then one spike balls is still left over and Shelby shoots it.
Yay!
Which is something she's done more than once this season.
Yeah, she's pretty great like that.
Yeah. So Shelby and Tyler have made it.
Yep.
And everyone's like, what the shit, there's a purple Power Ranger. And then Keeper's like, Kendall, great, you're the purple Power Ranger. I guess to diffuse the awkward situation.
Yeah.
Does she have glasses on inside the helmet?
I can't remember.
I don't think we see an inside the helmet shot of her.
No, we do previously, though, see an inside the yellow beekeeper
We
hat
do see
shot,
that.
which is pretty great. I appreciate that consistency of framing.
But yeah, like, I've got to say, as someone who has worn glasses for 20 years nearly,
Yeah.
they're not convenient to wear under anything.
No.
I imagine a Power Rangers helmet especially so.
I wonder if being a Power Ranger like cures your blindness.
But only while you're a Power Ranger?
Yeah.
I mean, it might.
Because it makes you more physically able.
Yeah,
and being able to see
it made
things.
Justin not a child.
Yeah.
So if it can make someone into an adult,
Yeah.
surely it can make your eyes work.
Yeah. God, that Justin thing is weird.
It's weird. But we'll get to that in about 12 years. Yeah, this is good. It's good.
Yep.
I don't really have anything to, like, it's not surprising, so I don't have anything to say about it.
No. I do like Keeper saying that she always deserved to be a Power Ranger. She just got a chance to prove it.
Sure.
So it's not like, oh, you finally got around to deserving to be a Power Ranger. It's like, no, she's always been worthy.
Yeah.
She just had to demonstrate.
It's a shame no one attacked her, like, 6 months ago
Right.
when she had an Energem and was like, I don't know what's going on.
Yep.
Anyway, back on Earth, we get the aqua graphite formation of the Megazord,
Yep.
which I think is the best. Because it's got a hammer and a ball and chain. All of its attacks are just hitting things until they die.
It's either the best or excessive. I haven't decided.
No, it's the best. Like, there's a reason that we've seen it 3 or 4 times in the past 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah.
It's because it's rad.
Yeah.
So Chase calls up and he's like, "Hey guys, how's things?" And Kendall's like, "Hey, I'm a Power Ranger now." And everyone's like,
Hey,
"Oh
what?"
shit, you're a Power Ranger now."
Yep.
But they all move on quickly because there's shit to do.
Yes.
So everyone's going to go to leave the spaceship, everyone who's in space, because, you know, they've got Keeper and Kendall back, they've got the purple Energem, mostly mission accomplished.
Yeah. One small technical hitch.
As they go to leave, they kind of get interrupted, so Tyler hides, and he hears that now this laser cannon is going to be strong enough to destroy the Megazord.
Yes.
And that's a problem.
Yeah, no kidding.
So as everyone else heads to escape, Tyler's like, "No, look, I'm going to stay behind. I have to get this Energem." It's like he can destroy the Megazord, and also
In one blast, apparently. Which
Also-
is terrifying.
yeah, it's my Energem. Why the fuck do the rest of you get to have an Energem?
Yeah, like we came up here to rescue an Energem from Sledge. He still has an Energem.
Yeah, it's at best so far this mission is break even.
Yeah.
Maybe a little plus because we have an extra Power Ranger now.
Yeah.
but we already had a giant robot, so
We didn't really need
it's
it.
only really helpful for crowd control.
Yeah.
So the doors close on him. Shelby's all like, "Oh, no." And Tyler's all like, no.
Sorry, what?
That's what happens.
Is it?
Oh, kind of.
Okay. I think what Michael's trying to say is Shelby's all like, "No, don't go." And he's like, "I have to go."
That's what I said.
Sure, okay.
It's like a nothing scene.
Oh, it's nice though.
Yes, but it doesn't like do anything.
Like it does establish some dramatic tension and make it feel like he's possibly going to his death.
Sure, man. Imagine if they'd done that.
Yeah, right? Poof. And then, like, immediately after Tyler's dies, Tyler's dad shows up. He's
Yeah.
like, "Hey, I'm here with Tyler." Oh, no.
Becomes the Red Ranger for next season.
Yeah, to avenge his son.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
That's pretty great.
There's no world in which Power Rangers ever does that, but go on. Mm-hmm. They'd have to do it with a less likable Red Ranger, because I don't want them to get rid of Tyler.
No, I do like Tyler. He's really grown on me.
Yeah.
They've all grown on me. I like these guys.
All right, so downstairs, on Earth, downstairs, they've got the Plesio Charge Megazord now.
Yes.
Because they've gone back. But the Megazord, the regular Megazord, like, collapses. All the bits fall off, everyone bails.
Yep.
It's not destroyed, it's just
Needs a nap.
in that stage of Megazord where, yeah, it's time for someone else to have a turn.
Yep.
But luckily, the Plesio Charge Megazord is fucking dope.
Yes.
It's got like a rocket punch and a laser gun, and
It's fine.
it's fine. I like that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. So back in space, there's lots of intercutting this week because
There's
there's
a
a lot
lot
of stuff
going
going
on.
on. But also, there's actually not really that many things going on. It's really like 2 parallel streams.
Yes.
It's just that those both have half the cast in them.
And they keep sending cast members between the
Yes.
streams, which is difficult and time consuming because one is in space.
Yes. So there's a Vivix chasing the GetBot, which Tyler just jump flying kicks into a bin.
Yeah, it's a really cool shot.
Tyler makes it to the bridge, shoots 2 Vivix.
Yep.
Which is a little cold, but they were kind of attacking him, I guess.
I mean, they were instrumental in using the red thing to destroy the Megazord potentially. So.
Sure, fair enough. So Tyler finds the Energem, but he doesn't manage to grab it before Sledge...
Because it's behind a grate.
Yeah. Sledge either shoots him or shoots next to him. It's like a little unclear.
Yeah.
Because if he shot him, we know how strong that purple gun is.
He should be dead.
He should just be exploded.
Yeah.
So
it's not the purple gun.
no, no, it can't be.
Yeah.
That's true. Maybe it's just the regular gun that it just hurts.
Yep.
So Sledge is all like, right, time to destroy the Megazord, and I guess there's a Red Ranger here to watch, so that's, win-win for me.
Yep.
And he bashes the button,
Yep.
and nothing happens.
Dun dun dun.
And he bashes the button again, and with his head...
My favorite is when he just starts mashing his head against the button. Which made me wish that a few times this season he's gone, Magna Beam, and just like banged his head against it.
Or we cut to the spaceship and he's listening to some heavy metal. And he just headbangs his way over to it and with the beat just bashes it and walks back to his
Oh, that'd be so
captain's
good.
chair. This was really effective because the show has established what that button does.
Yes.
And it was just, okay, shit, now he's going to push that button.
And it's a big button.
It's a big button that says fire on it.
Yeah, it's what you want in this situation.
And Sledge hitting it with his head, while also hilarious, was absolutely a thing that we buy that character doing.
100%.
Like, if that doesn't work the first time, alright, I'm just going to keep hitting it until it does.
Yep.
Matt, why doesn't it work?
Because GetBot
GetBot!
has saved the day.
Oh, man. How much do we love GetBot?
Quite a bit.
If we never see GetBot again, I'm going to be pretty bummed.
But the bot got, like...
I just, not even, like, getting another Energem.
Right.
But just, around the base.
Getting stuff.
Occasionally just, like, going around the edge in a shot.
Yep.
Just the idea that they didn't, blow GetBot up.
Yeah. Getting coffee.
Yeah, he's a GetBot. He doesn't just get one thing. He
Gets whatever he needs.
He gets anything. So, Tyler grabs the Energem, and he's already morphed when we get back to him.
Yep.
This is where you needed a morphing call.
Yes. Absolutely.
If Kendall didn't get one, okay, sure. But this is Tyler v. Sledge. He should get one.
Yes.
And even this fight is a bit nothing.
Yeah, because it builds up well because Tyler's like, oh, I've been looking forward to this. And then Sledge's like, yeah, actually, so have I.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm ready to punch
All
you.
right, we're going to have a punch fight. I've been looking forward to a punch fight.
Yeah. And I think, too, like, when Tyler was just a dude, he knew he didn't have to get into a punch fight, and I think was probably a little disappointed.
Yeah.
But when Tyler morphs, it's like, all right, yeah, okay, punch fight time.
But then Tyler basically one-shots him.
Yeah, he gets out his comet punching
Yeah.
thing.
Dino fist.
Yep.
Yep.
He just beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, I think this is one of the scenes in particular that would have been better served by being twice as long.
Yes.
And just by letting Tyler and Sledge fight for a bit.
Yep.
And then have Tyler win.
Yes.
Rather than, Tyler's just powerful enough to beat Sledge off the bat.
Yeah. Although that's not quite what happens. It's more, he knocks Sledge down, Sledge retaliates, and the retaliation destroys the console, the navigation console.
No, Tyler just punches Sledge into it.
Oh, right. Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's just...
Either way, like, Sledge isn't dead, but it has caused the ship to start crashing.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not even like Tyler won, really.
Yeah. I mean, I would have been fine with that as the ending to a fight.
Yes.
But that has to be a fight. As it is, it's basically like he walked up behind him, punched him in the back of the head, knocked him out, and walked off again.
Yeah. Which at least would have been hilarious.
Which, for our American listeners, is something that can happen to you in this country.
I mean, I'm sure it's happened to someone in the States.
We've got a special name for it.
Yeah.
That's how often it happens.
It's called coward punching.
It's a good name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Tyler basically just runs away. Steam is coming out. The ship is re-entering Earth's atmosphere.
I was amazed how quickly this ship got fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, you just bump into the navigation console, ship dead.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, look, I'm not an orbital mechanics expert.
Yes.
But I believe that orbit is basically a thing that looks after itself.
Yes.
Right? When we want to, like, decommission satellites, that's something we have to
Actively choose
do.
to do. Yeah.
Right? So, apparently, if you just knock over a machine that just sits in the middle of the bridge...
I can buy that maybe it was on its way back up into space and was sort of in lower orbit or
Sure,
something
or
like
if it's been in, like, geostationary orbit and it's not orbiting.
Yep.
But it's just... You know what? He destroyed a thing and the ship starts to crash. That's like a ship metaphor that doesn't quite work for space.
Yeah.
But
That's
that's fine. I'm across that. So the last pod leaves. The last escape pod leaves. And Tyler's like, whoops.
That's a problem.
So Tyler jumps out of a spaceship.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's like, well, I guess I've only got one choice. Opens a hatch in the bottom. And in a nice moment, he's like, yeah, I wish you could see me now, Dad, because I'm about to fucking jump out of this spaceship.
Yeah, that's right. Whatever the fuck you're doing,
Yeah.
I guarantee this is cooler.
Yep.
I wonder what his dad is. We'll talk about that at the end of the episode. So, yeah, as Tyler is falling from space,
Yep.
he watches the ship crash
Yeah, go down and just explode in a fireball.
into a mountain. It just-
There's a cool bit too where Police Andrew is like your obsession with energems has gotten out of hand. I can't believe it's led us to this. How could you possibly have been so obsessed? And he's basically like, it's been 65 million years. How did you not figure it out?
yeah.
Which is a nice beat to end on.
So that ship crashes into a mountain.
Yep.
And as Tyler is falling, he's like, well, if I'm going to die, at least I killed Sledge. So, win-win. He sounds very resigned to it.
Yeah.
And then, luckily, the Pterosaur swoops in and eats him.
Yes.
Which-
And that's how he dies.
No, that then teleports him back to the cockpit.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds better than dying, I guess.
Yeah, I would agree with you there. That's nice.
Yeah.
Ivan says to him, "You do like to live dangerously, Sir Tyler." And everyone's like, "Oh, it's great to be..." And Tyler's like, "No, I knew you guys would save me."
Which is a lie, because he was just talking about how he's going to die.
Yeah. But it's nice that he doesn't go like, "Finally."
Yeah.
Like, a sarcastic reply would not have worked.
Especially on this show.
Yeah.
Which is one of the things I love about it, is that they're just so earnest.
Yeah.
They're buds. I like it.
And then we see that Tyler's T-Rex Zord was worried.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That is nice.
So they form a brand new Megazord formation.
Yep.
Red, purple, graphite.
Yes.
You know what I said earlier about the other one being the best?
Yep.
This one's got all those things and a chest cannon.
Yes.
This one's pretty tight.
It rules. Because the Plesiosaur Megazord by itself was tough.
Yes.
But then you bolt on two of the other cooler swords.
Yeah.
You're going to have a good time.
And they do have a good time. Because where every other Megazord has been on par with Greenzilla,
Yes.
this one is just like, right, straight away. Wrecking Ball face, chest cannon, boom,
Yep.
giant plesiosaur, long neck, laser energy gun. Looks like Greenzilla's blasting off again, explodes in the sky.
Yes. Wrecks shit.
Yep. Oh, it pulls off Greenzilla's tentacles as well.
Yeah, it does that.
Great. I like that thing.
Yep.
And then, without even a moment, we're back in the base, like, final wrapping up time.
Yeah. Because this show has, this episode has no room to breathe.
No, absolutely nothing. And I wish it had.
Yeah.
I definitely think a two-parter would have better served it.
Very much so.
I don't know if they do two-parters anymore. We haven't seen a real two-parter this season.
That's true.
We did have like a loose three-parter.
Yeah.
But then you could comfortably say that last week's was a precursor to this week's.
Yep.
So maybe that's as two-parter as they get anymore.
I guess.
But yeah, it just needed more time.
Very much so.
So Kendall puts her Energem back into the... Like, she magics it back onto the thing in the wall.
Yep.
And looks very satisfied about that. As I imagine you would. It looks
100%.
cool.
Yeah.
And, like, everyone's leaving. That's where we're at.
Yeah, because, like, there's a few of them there that just kind of have to stay there because they're time-lost travellers.
Yeah, so Kendall's like, right, Coda and Ivan and I will help keep her find the last two Energems. But
Yep.
Prince Philip, you're a prince, you've got to go. Riley was just here for summer. Tyler and Shelby, like, you guys have been great. But Sledge is gone. There's no opposition to finding these.
Yeah,
we
it's
don't
just
need,
a treasure hunt now.
We don't need 30 people in this base.
Yes.
Like, everybody who doesn't live here, go home, see your families. You'll stay bonded to your Energems.
Until we find all of them.
Just in case something happens.
Yeah.
In case 20 episodes worth of something happens.
Yeah.
Maybe from February to December next year. Potentially.
Just don't pencil anything in
Yeah.
that can't be unpenciled.
Leave in maybe like I've got to go back to Amber Beach for a bit.
Yep.
Have travel plans, but definitely say hi to your mums.
Yes.
Ivan's all like, I'm going to miss everyone. It's been an honour, Prince. Coda's going to cry.
Yeah. He lets out a pain like, my family! And then
it-
groups hugs everyone. It's the sweetest.
The advantage of having a character like Coda on this show is that there's no need for them to, like, walk around the emotions. Coda
No.
can just say Coda is sad, and everyone is just on board with Coda being sad.
Yeah. And it's endearing instead of being on the nose.
Yeah, and I kind of am going to miss those guys.
Yeah.
Like, I know they're going to be back next year, but it's been a good show. And
I'm going to
I've-
miss them until then.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed watching it.
Yep.
And, you know, like, is them going home. Does that mean they're going to have to regroup next season?
Yeah. I think that's a cool thing to do, and it gives you the opportunity to get the band back together.
Yes, absolutely. I love a good getting the band back together.
Yeah.
So Tyler loads up his truck.
Yep.
And Shelby comes out.
Yep.
And Tyler's going to go look for his dad. You know, there's plenty more pages in the diary he hasn't checked. It's weird. You'd think he'd start at the end of the diary, because the end of the diary would be the thing he did most recently.
Yes.
And work your way backwards.
Or at least just read it cover to cover before you head out.
Because what happens if you get to the page that's like, oh, I'm dying, but I'm giving this to... Like, I'm dying in hospital somewhere,
yes,
but I'm giving this to someone to send back to my son. And then you spend 12 years looking, and you're like, oh, well, I really do wish I'd thought to check that last page first.
Yes.
And he invites Shelby to go with him.
So I kind of got my wish here.
Kind of, yeah. I hope that next season they come back and are just kind of low-key dating.
Yes, I very much hope that.
Because if they're still doing this, will they or won't they thing, after having been on the road for what I assume has to be like 6 months.
Yep.
It can't pick up the following day.
No. And it's about now that I realised that they were so tight on time, they couldn't have credits to the episode.
Yes.
So the credits are just running down the bottom.
Yep.
To the extent that for the last scene of the show, the Saban logo ending is just playing down in the corner as well. That's how pressed for time they were in this one.
I mean, and I'm just, in my head, what I'm comparing it to is the recent Doctor Who finale.
Yes.
Which ran like 70 minutes.
Yep.
Which is like 15 minutes extra. And that clearly needed that 15 minutes.
Yes.
And I just can't help but think if this had, like, there's no way Nickelodeon would ever give this show 10 more minutes.
No.
But if it had been a two-parter, everything just gets a little more breathing room.
Yes.
And just, it makes stuff more impactful.
And you could have had your moments, the stuff that like kind of happened but didn't quite have the impact that we wanted.
Yeah.
You could have done it very easily.
Yeah.
And there's, as you said, there's no episodes, or very, very few, that we absolutely couldn't have gone without.
With the exception of, like, all of our standard, this is progressing the plot episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of your Monster of the Weeks. As much as I've loved basically all of them,
Yes.
I think I would have happily lost one to get a double-parter.
Yep.
But that's fine. Matt, last week, I think, on the podcast that never recorded,
Yes.
you said, I want to see Riley's bike again.
Yeah, remember Riley's scooter?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to that scooter? It's a cool scooter. I wish it comes back. It's back!
It's back.
Which is nice.
Yeah. So, like, everything about this last scene is very much calling back to that first episode.
Very much, yep. Although it's actually kind of the second episode, I think.
Yeah, it's the first kind of to that section of the show.
Yeah, and the characters even call it out because Riley can't get his scooter to work, so he just sort of plonks it onto the back of Tyler's forward
He
drive.
just, like, straps it on.
Yeah, like it's a spare tyre. And then, Tyler's like, oh, this feels familiar.
Yeah.
And in an interesting such weird moment, as they're driving off, Riley's like, oh, I have an idea where we might find the other Energems, and starts to talk about it. But Tyler's supposed to be off to trying to find his dad.
Yeah, they've just left all the people who are going to continue to find the Energems.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like, even if Riley's thinking, okay, it's just a theory, I'm going to think it out.
Yeah.
I don't think he's in a hurry.
No.
He could have just gone back inside and said, hey, Kendall, just a thought, write this down.
Yep. And then go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird one.
That's a, like, I feel like the purpose of that beat is to go, like, hey, remember there's still 2 Energems out there,
Yep.
more than anything else.
Yep.
Then
we have a very, very, very fast end scene.
Yeah, so Sledge's ship
Yes.
has just crashed across a road,
Yeah.
like it landed on top of a fence.
Yeah.
That's going to be an issue.
Yeah.
So we don't see any of our existing characters. There's no Sledge or Wrench or Fury or Poisandra.
Or monsters in
No.
the cells. Like, the implication is they all died in the crash?
Well, I was thinking escaped, but
Right. Okay. Because, my reading of the scene, just like how I felt the scene wanted me to feel,
Yeah.
was that
everyone
on
was
the ship
dead.
died.
There's definitely lots of, like, long, slow shots of dusty light coming through destroyed consoles and stuff.
Everything on fire.
But I feel like if the idea was that there was carnage, we'd see, like, monsters on the ground.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I think the monsters have escaped
Right.
is a plausible pitch for season 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because 2 Energems, to stretch that out over 20 episodes,
Yeah.
is like, well, okay, I guess they're going to find one every 10 or so.
But they will have something else to deal with.
Yeah, so we zoom in on the, like, super top secret part of the breed. What's that called? The
It's the cell where the bad guy is.
Yeah, I'm totally blanking on the name. And we see not the human face of Hegel that we saw last week.
Yep.
But like a monster face with glowing eyes that says like, now it's my turn.
Yeah, saw that coming, but that's
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
So that's it.
That's it.
That's it for Power Rangers Dino Charge.
it was an interesting one.
Yeah, it was.
It's like I got everything I wanted, but wasn't quite satisfied.
It just nothing had long enough.
No.
So, Dino Supercharge is next year.
Yeah.
So get the band back together?
Yep.
Is that because they found an Energem or because the monsters are back?
I think because the monsters are back.
Yep.
It's like they realise, oh god, the ship didn't blow up, it just crashed. And all the monsters are everywhere.
Yep.
That's a problem.
Yep, sure.
Although it could also be that Hegel is making a play for one of the Energems.
Yep, sure.
You could go either way with it.
So what's still loose? What have we still got on the table?
Tyler's dad
Tyler's dad,
is
definitely.
a big one.
Um,
Who may or may not have been there last episode.
yeah, I feel like I'm leaning towards not.
Right.
But also, who knows?
Who knows?
And then there's definitely Heckle,
Yep.
who is still probably the bad guy for next season. Slade, Wrench, Poisandra, Fury, we don't see die, so they might never come back.
Yeah.
Or-
It'd be weird if the show didn't either confirm that they're dead,
Yes.
or didn't bring them back.
Yes, absolutely.
That'd be super weird.
So that's going on there. There's an Aqua Ranger,
Yep.
allegedly out there and active in some form.
Yep.
So God knows what that is and what's going on there.
Yep.
There's also a Silver Energem
Yes.
out there somewhere that they have not seen any business of.
Nope.
I think that's everything.
Yeah, I'm just sort of going through the characters in my head, but they've kind of covered off a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's stuff that, like, we suspect will factor into it, like Riley's brother,
Yes.
but yeah, there's nothing unresolved, really.
No, that he could not come back, and that would be just, yeah, sure.
Yeah. There's also the 2 time displaced dudes who, like, I don't know how that story ends.
No, neither do I. And maybe it's just like they live forever. Because remember the Energems? Let them live forever?
Yeah.
Remember
I
that
think
thing?
I'd put that on the list of, like, unresolved situations.
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
Yeah, it's interesting in that the setup for what form Season 2 takes is not immediately obvious.
Yes.
Because of the 10 MacGuffins that they didn't have at the start of the season, they're now 8 down rather than halfway.
Yep.
So, I don't know. We'll find out next year, I guess.
Yeah.
So, Matt, very few new monsters this week, but there was Greenzilla.
Yeah.
So let's put him on, I guess, the final installment of the Ranger Danger Dino regular charge creature feature.
It's quite a name.
He wasn't great.
No, he wasn't great. And I think he's going to have to bear some of the brunt of my disappointment.
Yeah.
Considering that was the big part of the episode that I think was most obviously weak.
I would agree with you there, yeah.
Having said that, probably better than Spike Balls.
He's better than the Spike Balls, yeah.
Although, like, having said
They
that...
have grown on you, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have.
Do we put him at the bottom? He doesn't do anything. He just fights them and then...
Yeah, fuck it. Put him in the bottom.
Even that fight with the giant Spike Balls last week for Christmas was better than this fight.
Yep. Sorry, Greenzilla, you're going straight to the bottom of the list.
Yeah. All right.
It's a weird way to end the season.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even if they hadn't done the giant robot fight, and I understand that you have to keep everyone occupied, but... Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they could have handled that better.
Yeah. Again, more time.
Yeah, and even just making him more obviously menacing.
Yes.
Like they're using Japanese footage, so there's only so much you can do. But yeah.
Alright, is there anything else?
I don't think so. I think we're done.
I've really enjoyed Dino Charge.
So have I, very much. Yeah, I'm going to miss the show,
Yeah.
which is a weird sensation.
So Dino Charge will return for a second season next year.
Yes.
In about February.
Yes.
We still may or may not.
Yeah, we haven't quite figured out what we're going to be doing next year.
Yes. I'm definitely watching Dino Supercharge.
Me too.
I've enjoyed this show enough that it's going on my regular rotation.
Yeah.
But whether we're podcasting or not will depend on some other stuff.
Yeah.
So if you have emails you want to send about how much you love the show, now would be the time while we make some decisions. Mighty Morphin and Ranger Danger will stay on Saturdays for now.
Yep.
If we don't do Dino Charge next year, it might move, but
We'll see.
you'll have plenty of notice about what goes on there. That's fine. Thank you for listening. It's weird to be done with something.
It is, isn't it? Feels very weird.
We're caught up on Power Rangers.
Yeah. Yeah. That's bizarre. Yeah, but there is, we won't tell you what, but something pretty big coming in the next little while for Ranger Danger.
Okay, so first, next week we'll have our Fantasy Zordon finale.
Yes.
And look, I'll go back through, I'll double check all my maths on all the episode notes to make sure that we're right. It won't be a super long episode, I don't think.
Oh, no.
But, yeah. And then it's nearly Christmas.
Yep.
And I guess we should say that there's something at Christmas?
Yeah, if we get it done in time.
I think we may.
Okay.
Yeah. More on our Facebook page. Where can people find us to follow us to find out what's going on?
Well, a good place to start is our website, Michael. That's www.rangerdangerpodcast.com. If you want to send us one of those emails we mentioned before, rangerdangerpodcast@gmail.com.
And I should say, there are a bunch of emails that have come in that I haven't responded to yet. We do see every email.
Yes.
It's just, you guys know how the lead up to Christmas is. It's incredibly busy, and it's just like a bottom thing on my list at the moment. So we are seeing them all, and I will get to them over the Christmas break.
Yep. At RangerDcast is our Twitter handle, where
Yep.
you can send us Twitter tweets. We're also on Facebook, where we have a very active discussion, which I love.
Yep.
We're also on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, and Google+. Plus, we have a shop, rangerdangerpodcast.com/shop, where you can buy things and stuff.
Yep. And
Yeah.
I think that's everything.
That's it.
We're on TuneIn and Stitcher and YouTube and anywhere you could want us.
Yep.
This is a weird feeling.
It is a weird feeling. I don't know how to end now.
No.
Just keep talking forever.
Yeah. I guess I really dug Dino Charge.
Yeah, I guess, not that they're listening, but thank you to the guys who make it.
Yeah, everyone involved. The cast all seemed to be phenomenally cool.
Yep.
And,
Having people that care about the show, running the show and
Yeah.
creating it, fantastic.
I know that the ratings have been down a little this season.
Right.
I hope that doesn't mean that they bail on everyone that's involved and give it to someone else after Dino Charge.
That'd be weird.
Because everything I've seen of Megaforce and Super Megaforce was kind of terrible.
Yeah, I think that's a hard act to follow in that it had a conceit where they could become all of the past Rangers.
Yep.
That was kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so here's my wish for next year.
Yep.
Please just give us a Mighty Morphin crossover.
Yeah.
Please just do it.
That would be amazing.
Just please.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand all of what I'm sure are many difficulties involved with doing that. But please?
I would settle for,
One.
yeah.
Even not Jason.
Yep.
Not Tommy.
Yeah, let's not do Jason and Frank.
He's come back he's come back 7 times. I think he could not come back this time.
Yes.
But just give it Adam.
Yeah, I mean, Adam came back.
Yeah, but there's still not as many times.
No, and he's super cool.
Yeah.
But if it was Zach, also good.
Yeah.
Billy, fantastic.
Man, Billy, can you imagine if there's a scene where Kendall's like, wow, that's a science mystery. I'm just going to call a colleague.
Yeah.
And she just calls Billy.
Yep. Great.
Best thing in the world.
Yep.
I would actually send money to New Zealand.
Yep.
Any of those Power Rangers would just... That would be good.
It would be good. I guess we'll have to see.
I guess we will. All right. So, I mean, the podcast will be back on Saturday. as
Yeah, we're
usual.
not going anywhere. We'll be here.
Yeah, but I guess, thank you for Dino Charge, everybody involved.
Yeah, and thank you for listening, guys. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
You stuck with us for a season.
So, we'll see you guys whenever the next time is.
Bye.